Good morning, LBHT crew. Good morning, Rogue Nation. All right, it is Tuesday, second day of full padded practice. Uh, Yesterday was a little difficult for the offense. Is that a bad thing or a good thing?
Depends on how you look at it. We know in any season the defense is going to be further along than the offense.
Hmm?
Less to do, see ball, get ball. We would hope that the defense would be ahead with Mentor and Weaver being here, but is it a little discouraging that the offense struggled as badly as it did during the first pad practice? Now in shorts and t-shirts, they shined, they did their thing, but when the pads came on, I heard it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Um, because here's why it's a good thing.
Mhm.
Um, they were bad, but they weren't rattled. Like I listened to a lot of the press conferences, a lot of interviews from the players, and they're just like, you know, bad first day, we'll shake it off. You know what I'm saying? Like they understood, especially for like the younger players, and like, yeah, it's kind of an adjustment. We'll adjust. We'll be better tomorrow. Like they understood what they did wrong out there and how to fix it. You know,
Mhm.
it's not like last year. Where it's just like I don't know what's going on. You know,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, no, we got it. We got it. We know what happened today. So I'm encouraged by that, and I want to see good play from the defense since that's where we spent the money. So who we having here? We got Dr. Kush. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. We got Michael Akins. Salute.
Sir.
Good morning to you. Rainmaker showing love on both channels.
Oh,
Appreciate you.
appreciate it.
We got TC. Good morning. Good
It's good,
morning
my
to you.
guy.
We got It Is What It Is showing love on both channels. I see Joey showing love on
What's up,
both
Joey?
channels. Samuel Banks showing love on both channels. Good morning.
Appreciate it.
Devin Janelle Konichiwa
Konnichiwa.
showing love on both channels. Carmela Moody, Grand Rising
Indeed. What's
showing
good?
love on both channels. And look at Nigerian Nightmare showing love on both channels. Man, we appreciate
Bless.
you guys, man.
Appreciate it.
TC with the super chat love on both channels. Appreciate that.
My
Thank you.
guy.
Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much. Really appreciate that. Michael Akins doubling back, showing love on both channels. Dr. Kush,
Salute.
same thing.
Salute. Salute.
Stretch showing love on both channels.
What's up?
We got Adam Shanks, official.
Morning.
Salute. Good morning to you. We got Dance Fans showing love on both channels.
Appreciate you.
We got Black Dave.
What's good?
Salute. Coach, what up, Coach?
What's up, coach?
Coach is back to
Morning.
work today, y'all. Welcome
Oh.
back, Coach. Welcome back.
Oh.
I know. I know. The pain, the look of pain on his face the other day we had to say it. He's like, "Ah, I'm back tomorrow, y'all. I know you had a good summer, Coach.
Yeah. What's up?
Neuropsych Sports.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Reese, good morning. Showing love
Hey.
on both
Morning.
channels. Good to see you. Mr. Black Ice showing love on both
My guy.
channels.
What's good?
Appreciate that. Don Royal showing love on both
Morning.
channels. He said Ian Rappaport is trash with false narrative against Lamar saying he heard to, yeah, he's hard to engage. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. As a
What's
deer's
up, man?
walking in my yard again. Uh, let's see, Boy Wonder, salute,
Morning.
salute, showing love on both channels. It looks like,
That's what's up.
yep. God's favorite showing love on both
Salute.
channels.
Salute.
Yep. We got Orange Bird. Good
Hey.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. So good morning, fellas, and Flock family. Too early for me, but I'm glad I'm here.
I'm glad you're
You know
here
what?
too.
We're glad you're here. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Too
Oh,
early
boy,
for
one that
us.
says either Mike Preston lied during that hit piece on Lamar, or John Harbaugh was his source. Both,
Both. Yeah.
both. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Uh, God's favorite says doing your civil duty. I see. Ton of Josh Allo. I have a bias, so I never get picked, but I get that dreaded letter. Oh, you talking about jury duty?
Mm.
Uh, oh yes, just
Yeah.
Allo. I missed you.
What's up?
What's going on? Good morning. Says John Harbaugh disguised at EM. this as Ian Rappaport was at Ravens camp yesterday. Now it's off the jury duty for me. Have a great show.
Indeed,
Yep, yep. Go do that.
indeed.
Go do that. You know. Yeah, man.
I've been
Yeah.
blessed. I've
I,
been blessed. I've never done jury duty.
B had to do it one time. He had to sit down this case with these two grumpy old men. Got into a fight at McDonald's for over a newspaper.
What? What I'm just Allen?
No. Oh man, he was just like, yo, I cannot believe I'm still here for this. SB Cam, good
Hey, what's up?
morning. Imani, good morning.
Good
Showing love on
morning.
both channels.
Indeed.
Um, let's see who else is here. Tracy, good
Hey,
morning, Tracy.
morning.
Good to see you. Showing love on both channels. Appreciate that. Just Sports, top of the
Morning.
morning.
What's up?
We got let's see. RJ Trap, good
What's
morning.
up?
Nightmare Kilo, salute.
Morning, morning. See you.
Bazel, salute. Being a member for 17 months, really
Appreciate it.
appreciate you. And he gifted a membership
Oh, that's
to
what's up.
who got it? Tracy got it. Congrats, Tracy. Congrats.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
on we
And he
on the
gifted a
route.
membership to Tracy
Tracy.
again.
Double dipping.
So Tracy got membership on both channels. Tracy, I'm not sure if you ever I'm not sure if you ever yeah, no, yeah. No, yeah, Tracy's she's supported us for a long time. Yeah. So you've been on the overtime show. You've seen some of the extra content that Hendo puts on his channel. So, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yes.
All right. Uh Yolanda, good morning.
Morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Let's see. And Bazel with the super chat. Appreciate y'all, man. Okay.
That played a lot of me. Indeed.
Yeah,
Today's
yeah.
today's the day.
Facts. Facts. Tanja, good morning.
Morning.
Showing love on both channels. Appreciate that.
Salute, salute.
And Coach also gifted a membership to Jay Smith.
Yes. Salute.
Congratulations. Congratulations. So make
Appreciate that.
sure you go over to it's the community tab.
Mm-hmm.
I think it shows up on the community tab for members, the members tab. That's when we post the overtime show on Wednesday. So that is an extra show after the main show. The main show starts at 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. Afterwards, you do overtime show, and we talk about a whole bunch of stuff and anything else that you want to bring up that we don't typically bring up on the main show. So
Mm-hmm.
check that out. True Libra is here. Salute.
Oh, it's good.
We got Brock. It says,
Ooh.
boy, I had jury duty in December. It lasted almost a week and a half. I was sick. Oh,
Mm-mm.
oh, yeah, that's tough.
I don't want it.
Justin, what up? What
What's up,
up?
Justin?
Keep that same energy podcast. Good morning.
Justin P.
Our guy C Iron Addict is
What's
here.
good,
What
brother?
is good? What is good? All right. I didn't create a graphic for this. Let's see. Well, maybe I did. Let's see. Maybe I did. If it decides to work with me. Um. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure this is the exact quote. Let me see. But here we go. Is Lamar Jackson difficult to coach?
Mm.
Lamar Jackson is very difficult to coach. Sources tell me he's smart, but his stubbornness can rub coaches the wrong way. I'm not sure. Is that what he said? I don't think that's exactly what he said. But it was to that extent, right? He said that Todd Monken did a good job getting through to him, but at times he was difficult to connect with. I think that's what he said. At times he was difficult to connect with. Um, you know, uh, they decided, hey, I mean, he's lying anyway. Just put whatever out there.
Right.
uh, is he difficult? Is he a difficult person to coach? That Johnny Rappaport. yeah, that's Liam Rappaport.
Yeah,
uh, yeah. So listen, man, I think everybody's onto this, right? Everybody's onto this. This is definitely a John Harbaugh thing because he was the one when he was the one that first reported that John Harbaugh was safe, right? He was
Mm-hmm.
last year. He was like, "Oh yeah, um, John Harbaugh will be back." I think he said, I forget exactly what he said, but he was like, "Oh, John Harbaugh safe. These other coaches, they're gonna be out, but Harbaugh's gonna keep his job. Blah blah blah." He was the first one to report it because that's what John Harbaugh thought.
Right.
John Harbaugh didn't get fired. He didn't get fired on Black Monday like everybody else. You know, so he's like, "I'm good. I ain't hear anything." And then he's like, "Hold on, Ian. I call you. I'll call you back. That's my friend Steve calling me right now. I'll call you back."
Yeah.
And then he was like, Ian, I got some bad news. Actually, we parted ways, right? Because that's also what we reported. He also
Yep.
reported that they it was a mutual parting of ways,
Mm-hmm.
and Steve has set the record straight. It's like, no, he was fired. I
Yep.
fired him. There was no mutual anything.
Yeah.
So, you know.
it's, like all this is hilarious. And I mean, even Lamar said it in his interview on the lounge. He was like, people going to talk. I don't listen
Mhm.
to it. I don't feed into it because everybody's going to make up a story. It's amazing how for 7 years we didn't have any problems with Lamar. They talk about he's one of the nicest guys. He's so coachable. How John Harbaugh loves him and he talks to him every day. Then all of a sudden, when the road starts to get rocky, now, oh, he's sleeping in meetings. Oh, he just want to play video games all day. Like he's not engaged. Now he's difficult to coach. And for me, like the timing of this is just kind of weird for it to come out now. And I think a lot of it has to do with maybe there's more to the contract situation than we know about, because
Right.
now they're starting to fill that narrative like, all right, we bungled it for this year. We got this off season in the beginning of next year. If we don't get a deal done with Lamar, we're up shit's creek. So we got to start pushing this narrative to kind of get teams to back away from him like they did the last time. You look at the Atlanta Falcons and the turmoil that they have going on with their quarterbacks. You don't think the Ravens did a job and they called up Arthur Blank and was like, yo, Lamar's this, he's that. I mean, I know the stats look good, but he's not that guy. Pass on him. Wait for the next guy to come out because Arthur Blank is going through it with these quarterbacks now, looking like a fool, and Atlanta hates it for it. So they're starting these hit pieces to push this narrative that Lamar ain't that guy and he's so difficult. But yet, still, we didn't hear Greg Roman say anything. You didn't hear any of
Mm.
these coaches. Even Todd Monken had glowing things to say about him. Now, as far as him being able to get along or coexist with these offensive coordinators, we have to look at the generational gap. As an older man now, I can't say that I can connect with a 26-year-old and understand everything that he's going through and understand what he's talking about, even the lingo that he's bringing. Even though I grew up in hip hop, and some things these kids say nowadays, I'm like, what the does that mean? So don't tell me
Yeah.
that they can't connect and they're not on the same page. They're from two different eras. As long as they work well together and don't slander each other in the media, what's the problem?
I just don't like that. Oh, they can't connect after the fact, right? Like I just don't like that. Like everybody knows Harbaugh did a terrible job. Everybody knows Harbaugh's been doing a terrible job.
Mm-hmm.
He got exposed and he wants to throw people under the bus. And like they've tried to take these little digs, these little jabs at Lamar before, right?
Yeah.
But when Lamar was out, it missed those games, he got completely exposed. He
Mm-hmm.
got completely exposed. That's your chance to take Cooper Rush and say, "Hey, all right, look, this is the quarterback that I want to hear." Right? He listens. Right?
Right.
Cooper Rush listens.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
you
coachable.
know, yeah. Like I'll show you guys what I can do with a quarterback that listens to me and a team that I put together and they play the Ravens way.
Mm-hmm.
They got blown out by Houston. All right. They
Mm.
they they gave CJ Stroud his career, his best day of his career.
Bruh.
You know, so
Bruh. And we should have saw this coming. 2021. Lamar led us to 8 wins. We missed the playoffs. 2022, he led us to 8 wins. We barely make the playoffs. John Harbaugh showed who he was when Lamar Jackson doesn't coach, but yet still, it took until last season for people to finally see he's not that good a coach. And now he's trying to put the narrative out there like, it wasn't me. It was Lamar
Yeah.
dividing his locker room. I know we had a losing season and we didn't do well when Lamar wasn't here, but he's divided the locker room. He's difficult. He's making problems. It's always going to be a narrative that it's Lamar Jackson. It's never anybody else. It's none of these coaches. It's none of the other players. It's not the defense. It's always going to be on Lamar because that's the news story. And I would
Yeah.
expect more from Ian Rappaport, even though I don't expect much from him. But what is the purpose of bringing this article out right now? Like football is starting. Like we got the Hall of Fame game tomorrow? Like
No, okay. Let me make that correction. It's not tomorrow. It is
next week?
actually on Thursday. It's on
Thursday.
Thursday. And thank you to Ferris for correcting that. 'Cause I said yesterday that
Okay.
was on Wednesday. I actually got that information from I got that from Brodney.
Right.
Just
Okay.
saying. And
Don't
then
feel bad.
Ferris said, no. The game because I thought that was weird
Right.
because me and B were talking. He's like, yeah, it's on Wednesday. I was like, what?
Yeah.
They don't play games on Wednesday. He's like, oh, they play games any preseason games any day. I was like, nah, no, they don't do that.
Right.
Um, but no, Ferris, thank you. He cleared it up
Appreciate it.
for us. It's actually on Thursday, so
Thursday.
it's
Right.
all good.
So yeah, football is starting. Like
Yeah,
you wait till a couple of days before the first game to start this nonsense. Come on, guy.
yeah. This is right on par for Ian Rappaport. You give him way too much credit. He's a slimy person. He's a little less slimier than
Adam Schefter.
Adam
Adam Schefter.
Schefter,
Yeah.
but no, like he's a dirtbag as well. And this is the actual quote here. And this was during this is like on NFL Network or something like that. It wasn't like an article, but he was saying it when they're covering the Ravens. Lamar is super talented. It is also a challenge reaching him, getting him engaged. It's something that Todd Monken did exceptionally well, but for a lot of coaches, it can be an uphill battle. It certainly seems like Declan Doyle has climbed that mountain, has gotten and engaged Lamar Jackson. So here's where you can tell he's lying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Monken didn't have any problems.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's saying Monkey did exceptionally well, but for a lot of coaches, it can be an uphill battle. How many coaches has he had? Has he had?
How many coaches, offensive coordinators?
Yeah, he
This is
had
fourth,
Morningwig, Greg Roman, Tom Munkin, and now
and
Declan
now
Doyle.
Declan Doyle. Yeah.
So he had Morningwig for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
He had Greg Roman for multiple years. All right. So when you say for a lot of coaches, it can only be two because you said Tom Munkin didn't have a problem with them,
Right.
and Declan Doyle is connecting with him.
Mm-hmm.
So many coaches,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So who else isn't connecting with him?
Yeah.
Right? Like just
Mm-hmm.
lies. And I'm sorry, like Ian Rapport is not a trustworthy source. He's exposed himself uh in real time to just be like just say whatever is given to him. No investigating, no follow-up questions, just okay, I'll go out there and say this because somebody told me to say it. That's not reporting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not
Right.
that's not journalism. You just, hey, somebody sent me a text, so I'm gonna read the text. That's all it takes. So if somebody sends you a text saying uh uh players actually hated John Harbaugh and he
Mm-hmm.
lies and makes things up, you gonna report that?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But where was all this right with Carson Wentz? Because it's been proven. Every locker room
Oh
he's gone
yeah.
to, players hate his guts. But
Ron Rivera called him out.
called him out. But we've never had anything come out like this about Carson Wentz. They just gloss over it, like, yeah, they say he's difficult to coach, and people don't like him, and they keep it pushing.
I want to go back and find that. I wanted to clip that video when he did it. He tried to walk it back a couple weeks later,
Mhm.
but is when Rivera was coaching in Washington and they brought over Carson Wentz after Doug Peterson quit his job at Philly because he didn't want to be around them. They trade Carson Wentz for a first round pick to the Colts. A year later, they're like, nah, we just let him go.
Yep.
Uh, End up going to Washington, and Washington is on this losing streak, and they're asking Ron Rivera, hey, like, what seems to be the issue? Like, why can't you guys, seem to get together? And he just, and without hesitation, he said quarterback.
Yep.
Look the report, then his eye, quarterback.
Okay.
because he is a difficult person to work with. The word's been out with him, right? But he doesn't get that coverage that Lamar gets. And why shouldn't he? He's a former first round pick, number 2 pick, I believe, right?
Number two
N-
overall. Yeah.
Number 2 overall pick. Why wasn't he getting that coverage? I don't know. But when you talk
Yeah.
about difficult to work with, that's Carson Wentz.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's they said it was all about his ego. Like he felt like he deserved stuff that he
He
hadn't earned. He was unapproachable. Like they just
wouldn't take
didn't like him
accountability.
for all. Yeah. And Coach C was good. Yeah, 100% facts. They're mad because they don't have any inside knowledge of what's going on in Lamar's life. Like they're like, yo, we made you. We made you a millionaire. Give us the access that we deserve. Talk to us. Have somebody feed us information. And they're mad that this black man is out here doing these things and he's just unapologetically him. Lamar, like you said about Jacoby Lane, Lamar is a superstar, but don't gotta seem like he don't got a care in the world. Like they're like,
Yeah.
you're Lamar Jackson. He's like, all right, bro.
That's exactly what it is though, right? Like
Facts.
like he said, he's like, he's difficult to reach at times. That's what he means. Like I can't get an interview with him. I can't get a sit down with him.
Mhm.
All right. That's all it is. They are tired of not having that access to him. You know, uh for somebody that's very approachable, right? To the normal
Mhm.
person, he's very approachable. He doesn't let the media get close to him, and he doesn't play that game with them, and they hate it. So they just make things up and they're hoping he responds to it, right? And he never responds to it.
Right.
So, you know, and he's handling it the right way because all nobody is looking at Ian Rappaport like nobody takes this seriously, right? We're talking about Ian Rappaport as being a joke right now, and that's how pretty much everybody that covers this is going to look at it. They're not going to be like, oh, is Lamar really difficult? Like, oh, Ian Rappaport. They look at this and say, oh, here goes another hit piece from Ian Rappaport. Where did he get this from, right?
Right.
Like, and that's not just fan base. That's anybody. Like because he's just not credible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who Ian Rapper looks like? He looks
So.
like Steve Martin dressed up in a movie playing him.
See, younger Steve Martin.
The youngest Steve Martin just put on
Uh,
some makeup and just
Yeah,
pretending to be
yeah,
a sports analyst. That's what he looked like.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Complexion for the protection. Yeah, they can just make things up. They can just
And
make
it's
things up.
and it's
Stretch says,
okay.
yeah, Stretch says the national media is just mad because they can't get any information out of Lamar because he's his own agent and they get no leaked information. That's a fact.
But the question is, what leaked information? Lamar don't do nothing.
Right.
He's not a part of any scandals. You don't hear anything bad about Lamar. Like he's one of the most respectful young man I've ever saw in sports. Like me personally, if I was Lamar Jackson, I don't know how I'll be acting right now. Like I've seen celebrities, I mean superstar celebrities, turn into children around Lamar and speaking about him, and he's just like, "Oh, what's up?" And I think that they mad that they just don't have they're mad they don't have access to him. And that's the problem. They believe that they've been in this business a long time. They have reached a certain level. They need to have access to him just because they feel privileged in it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. Like there are other players that
Facts.
that have the ego, you know what I'm saying, or that will engage. Like you know what I'm saying? Like look, we talked about it a few times. We talked about Aaron Rodgers, right?
Mhm.
Um, like you're not gonna ask that question. You're not gonna ask that question. Is she real, Aaron?
Right.
Is
Right.
she real? Aaron Rodgers has a fake wife, allegedly. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, and no one's ever seen her. He says she's black and she likes to remain out the spotlight. Aaron Rodgers, who has dated Danica Patrick,
Right.
what's that actress name? Shaylee Woodley.
Yeah.
Um,
And the other one.
there's another actress. Yeah,
Yeah.
but Aaron Rodgers, who wants all of your attention, all of it, all of a sudden has a wife that he can't show anybody.
Hmm.
And and Ian Rappaport won't ask him. He won't ask that question.
Right.
Adam Schefter, who will post your medical records.
Hmm.
Mm,
HIPAA violation.
yeah, he'll post your medical records and some random person's medical records. He'll do that no problem. But he can't find out if Aaron Rodgers
Really.
is actually married. Hmm.
Hey.
Hmm. Doesn't seem that difficult to find out. You know what? We're gonna find out. We're gonna
Thanks.
find out for you guys. All right. That's gonna be one of our first deep dives.
Mm.
Our first journalistic investigation. We're gonna look into this for y'all. All right. And we'll let you know. Is she real? Justice for Manti Te'o. All right.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah.
World Class is interesting how Lamar is getting the same treatment Jalen Brown is. And
Mm.
oddly enough, he's in a position to win a championship this next year too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, that Jalen Brown thing. I've never. He's too smart. He's too smart for his own good.
Yeah, that that's your boy Cowherd, putting stuff out there like that. It's that racial undertone, man.
Mhm.
He thinks he's too smart. Like, what does that even mean? You can't just say, hey, he's got a big ego, like he kind of rubs people the wrong way. You can't just, he thinks he's too smart. You don't First of all, he is smart.
Yep.
He's smarter than you, Cowherd.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So wait a minute. Colin Cowherd doesn't like people that think they're too smart, and that's why they can get fired. Where does Cowherd work?
Mm.
Where does he work?
Yeah. What affiliation does he have?
Yeah. Huh. Yes. But yeah, that was a terrible quote. And yeah, they're trying to make it seem like he's the problem in Boston. It was his attitude and everything like that. That's BS. Everybody knows that Boston owner just doesn't want to pay Jalen Brown the money because that Boston owner is, his finances are a little fraudulent. That's the story that they don't want to put out there. Is a venture capital is actually running the team. Venture capitals aren't really, by their rules, supposed to be running uh, basketball teams, but they did some shady stuff with the numbers to make it look like he's a majority owner. In reality, it's the venture capital, right? And he didn't want to pay this extra, the second apron luxury tax to pay Jalen Brown, which a lot of these owners don't want to do, and that's all it is. But they don't want to make it about that. The NBA is involved in a lot of shady things right now. A lot of shady things. If you guys don't know what's going on with Kawhi Leonard, that's
Yep.
another owner. Basically paying him under the table to for his services, and they're trying to sweep that under the rug. Pablo Torre won't let that go. You got all these gambling scandals. You got a bunch of things you could talk about, but Jalen Brown is too smart, guys. Let's talk about this Negro thinking he's too smart and not knowing his place. Right? Let's talk about that. Not all these other scandals that could any other era that would be a huge story, but because these leagues have bought your media,
Mhm.
it doesn't get talked about. NFL has bought ESPN. NBA has bought ESPN, right? Like, these leagues run these media sources. So yes, a lot of times when you guys say, "Hey, did you hear about this?" I'm like, "Oh, you got to find another source, man. You have to find another source. They'll report on some things. They'll intentionally not report on other things." Yeah, and
Appreciate your
clearly
Bible
Lamar's
mindset.
smart. Yeah, they don't like that he knows not to deal with them, which is when he watched y'all slander him. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
you know, he is smart and he's gonna remain quiet because nobody's gonna listen to that stuff.
God's favorite. Why? Why?
He said Hendo, apparently Brown was offered to Golden State Warriors first, and he said no.
Yeah, and we go back and re-sign Draymond Green.
Mm. Uh,
Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What up, Point?
It's
Good
good.
to see you. What's good? Um, Dr. Umar will be proud of this morning's podcast. Lord. Let's see. I had to send I had to send someone to the Shadow Realm this morning. Uh-oh. Who went to the Shadow Realm?
Bruh.
On your channel?
Why?
How, how you get booted when you're not even on air?
On air. Well, you know, listen, people wake up early in the morning. Hey, they wake up early in the morning to put comments in.
Yes, yes. The comments some of y'all put in the chat are wild, man. They're wild. First of all, like don't write a novel in the chat. I appreciate the engagement. I do.
Not gonna read that.
But yes, I'm not gonna read that. And I'm not, and I want to read your comments. I want to engage with you guys. But if you write, 10 pages in there, I'm not gonna read it. And especially if it's you talking trash, I'm gonna delete it. You know what I'm saying? So just keep it short. You know what I'm saying? We'll engage, but and be respectful.
Even?
Uh, it says because I said Bateman had an underthrown ball and he got disrespectful. How's that? I mean, the ball's underthrown. Okay, that's not slandering Bateman. Some people,
Wait.
I don't understand y'all, man. Like not you guys, but I don't understand some of y'all how y'all just go so hard for the worst players sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like every year y'all do this, you attach yourselves to the worst players that haven't proven anything. I'm not trying to put
Right.
Bateman in that category,
Right.
but the the reality is, if Bateman doesn't perform, then y'all just discard him like you did Prochet, like you did Gus Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Like you did Falele. I'm not gonna let y'all off the hook about Falele because a
Right.
lot of y'all have revisionist history now. When me and B and Hendo were saying we have a problem with the O line, don't believe in Voorhees, don't believe in Falele, and I'm gonna start pulling receipts. I'm gonna start pulling receipts.
Y'all
There's a
came
lot
close.
of y'all, not necessarily y'all this morning in the chat, but there are a lot of y'all out there that are defending the moves and saying, oh, they're gonna be the answer. Oh, they're gonna be good. Listen, man, stop, stop dying on these hills, right? You climb up the hill like I don't recognize this hill,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna die right here.
Facts, bruh. The part that irks me, and I don't care. Your comment, I mean, your opinion's your opinion. The part that irks me is y'all will listen to what we say and take the first sentence and respond to the first sentence.
Yeah.
You don't listen. You don't listen to everything that we're saying. You just hear the first sentence like, ah, I knew it. Negativity. Ugh. And then you start coming at us like, yo. So you ain't hear the rest of that, right? You didn't
Yeah.
listen to the rest of the stream. You heard the one part you wanted to hear, so you can make a comment. But keep making them comments because it's engagement, and you're just helping us out. But
Yeah.
honestly, we don't care. We
Yeah.
honestly don't care. Like, you don't know ball and all this. Sure we don't. Sure we don't. But once
Yeah.
again, the challenge I bring to you, whomever you are, make your own channel, and let's hear your opinion, and then we'll comment on what you have to say, and let's see how that goes.
Well, why are you watching us if we don't know ball? We're not even that big. I was like, all right, so why are you here, bro? So I put out a little short of when we were at practice and Lamar made claimed that pass to Zay Flowers and
Right.
did some edits with it, added a beat from Urban on there,
Right. Right.
it was a
Right.
dope little clip. And somebody gonna respond, there's nothing special here. And I'm like, so you took the time to comment on a 20-second clip to say there's nothing special. So you just comment on non-special things all the time?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
nothing special, but here you are. Here you are. when I see something that's not special, I just keep, especially on shorts. I just swipe to the
Right.
next thing.
Yeah. Because
No, you
you know
saw something
we
special. You just wanted to hate.
you want to hate. Yeah.
Yeah.
These aren't the guys I like to watch.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Thank you, world class. A little honesty here. So I'll be honest. Before I watched Fale play, I thought he was going to be good. Now listen. Me and B thought he would develop into a good player because he was solid in college, right?
Mhm.
And his first year, they had him, playing tackle. They covered him up a little bit, but he had to sub in a tackle a couple times. He didn't look bad, and we're like, okay, he'll grow from there. And then he moves
Right.
into guard. Um, and we're like, you know, not good. But yes, we thought there'd be some development. Voorhees, like I said, he's another one where I'm like, okay, if he turns out to be good, fine, but he can't be the default starter. And I don't know how many times we said that. If he goes into the season as a starter, not being challenged, that's a problem.
Mhm.
Um, and a lot of people didn't want to hear that because that's what we do as fans. We want to think whoever's out there is going to work out fine, and we're telling ourselves it's going to be fine. And you can hope for that,
Right.
but when we're saying, hey, that's an issue and we should probably address that,
Yes.
um, you got to respect that. That's not us hating. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? When we say, and most of y'all weren't here for this, the Des Bryant drama. Okay, that was the original Bateman discourse around here
Mhm.
when everybody's hyped that we signed Des Bryant, and me and B were the negative Nancy's saying no, don't like it. He hasn't played in 3 years. I don't think this is a good idea. Like I thought that was just common sense,
Right.
right? But
Right.
a lot of people didn't want to hear it because they love Des Bryant, man.
Yeah. And Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson, Sammy Watkins.
Bruh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The list is long. Odell,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
you know.
Oh, that one, that was one they were really strong about when we were like, oh, 15 mil for this dude. He don't have an ACL. No, that's not a good sign. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Da 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 da. And this guy came in, made his 15 mil, and was like, Lamar, save us.
Yeah. Now, I don't put D Hop in that category because D Hop didn't have. I don't think we had that same expectation for D Hop. I think it was like cool. We got a veteran here, and I wouldn't mind if they brought him back this year. I don't put him in that same category. Like the expectation wasn't that high.
Right.
Deshaun Jackson. Let me tell you something. I love Deshaun Jackson. Here's why. Deshaun Jackson immediately proved me right. We signed him. I
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, great signing. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna get a 30-yard catch, and he's gonna come off the field with a hamstring injury." And that's exactly what he did.
It was a Jacksonville game.
Yeah. Oh man, Kobe, thank you for the super chat. Says weird.
Salute.
We got a national story of Lamar being unengaged. Yeah, yeah. I
So
just
so we need to do a story and write an article about Lamar being unengaged. Imagine if he was engaged. What would the stats be like?
mm,
If he actually paid attention and cared about football, what would he look like then? Hmm.
mm. How about that? Meat Mansion was good.
Yes, God's favorite. Dez Bryant. He defends Lamar to this day. He don't let
Yeah,
nobody say nothing bad about Lamar. I give him that. I give
yeah.
him that.
Throwing up the X. Yeah.
Yeah, one touchdown.
That one touchdown, people went crazy. I told you. I told you. Look at that. Just give him the ball. Bro, it's week 8. It's week 8. That's his first touchdown.
Right. Oh yeah,
That's
and
all I'm
Jamal.
saying, man.
Yeah, and Jamal.
Huh.
They did get OBJ to get Lamar to resign, but he said he wanted OBJ and D Hop.
Yes.
And at that time, D Hop was still something in the league. But my thing is, get both of them. Why go for one or the other? But even if that was a leverage type move, we were just like temper your expectations. He's not the OBJ of of the New York Giants or even the Cleveland Browns. Just temper your expectations. He's gonna come in here and be solid. He's not gonna be what you think he is. And people came at us and was just like, "No, this is Odell Beckham Jr." And I'm like, "You must not watch Super Bowl." He didn't
Yeah.
even come back the year after that. So
Yeah. He was great leading up to the Super Bowl, but
yeah,
that was it. TC, thank you for the super chat,
appreciate
man.
it.
Says, I don't like that people make fun of how Lamar talks. There's plenty of dudes in South Florida that sound like him. Yeah, but listen, man, that comes with the territory.
Yeah,
He could be the reality is he could have no accent whatsoever, and they will still get on it. If he if he sounded like Jalen Brown, then he's too smart.
too smart.
You know what I'm saying? So like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I just when people say stuff like
I
that,
love it. I you know
yeah,
I used to fall victim of that.
mm,
Being of how I grew up. I used to fall victim of why Lamar talk like that. You know what I mean? Because you've always been taught, oh, the Queen's English, speak
yeah,
properly. Well, what is speaking properly? Who determines and who deems what is proper language? Just because you come from a certain region and your dialect is this way, who's to say that they're wrong? And I love the fact that Lamar is unapologetically himself. He's going to speak the way he wants. When he went on the Lounge podcast, he had his fronts in. And I'm sitting like, yeah, represent who you are. Don't dumb yourself down for anybody. That's the message to all of you guys. Don't dim your light to make somebody else feel better. Because I've done that for a long time. Just to
right,
let other people shine because I didn't feel like I was worthy of certain things. Nah, bump that. Like be who you are and represent your people. Like nobody's here to say you're right. Nobody's here to say this is the proper way to do things because the ones that try to dictate it are the most savage people in history.
facts. That's a fact. That's a fact. True Libra says Lamar could cast miracles, walk on water, and come up with a cure for the
Oh,
common cold, and media
facts.
coverage will still will see it not be enough. Yeah, yeah. They'll say it wouldn't be enough. They say, yeah, but where's your ring?
Right.
You know,
Lamar, you did all this, but you haven't helped with weight loss. What's your problem?
yeah. Imani says I've been fussing with people because they said we need to get that Buccaneers player, and I
There.
said how about getting a player for offense? Oh, Vita Vea, is you talking
Yeah.
about? They responded saying to let the young guys work. Yeah, that's all. This is how we've been conditioned in Baltimore.
Right.
That's how we've been conditioned. You see something on defense, like, oh, we got to get that player on defense.
Mhm.
But Lamar, do something.
Right.
You know,
Even yesterday, how come we can't let TJ Tampa work? I heard people talking about yesterday, like, oh, TJ Tampa ain't that dude.
what?
How come we don't let the young guys work on defense? It's always we gotta get better, we gotta improve, we gotta sign this free agent. Oh man, we didn't get Jadeveon Clowney, we gotta bring in Joey Bosa. No, let these young guys work in defensively, just like we have to let them work in offensively.
TJ Tampa, we saw him in practice. He looked pretty good.
He did.
The times we see him play, he
He's
didn't get
solid.
that many snaps, but he looked pretty good. Like what has he shown us on tape to say he doesn't deserve more reps? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, let him play. Let him play. I actually feel good about TJ Tampa. You know, uh, when you look at world class,
Yeah, bruh.
I trade 92 and a second round pick for 40 for Vita Vea and a fifth round pick. So you trade Matty BK in a second for Vita Vea
And the
in the
fifth, you can
fifth.
and give up Teddy Buchanan. That's wow.
Oh,
Because you still,
oh, oh,
because you
oh.
still, because you
That's,
still got to pay him
yeah, you still got to pay Vita Vea.
and take the dead cap hit for Matabike and
Yeah,
give up a second round pick and lose that player opposite Roquan Smith. That's wow. So
Roquan a little crazy.
he should
The
go crazy anyway.
disrespect for Teddy Buchanan, man. I'll tell you, like, all
I don't
right,
know.
man.
Trenton Simpson's looking good. So this might be the year that he puts it all together and gets an opportunity to start opposite Roquan. But Teddy Buchanan, I know some of you
Uh,
guys don't like him. He played extremely well when he filled in for Roquan. I know the beginning of the year was shaky, but as he got acclimated, he played a lot better. Now, the problem I have for some of you people for some of you people is the fact that when we say Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, oh, you know, he played under Zach Orr. That's why they weren't great. But when we say Teddy Buchanan, it's like, oh no, he sucks. He can't play.
Yeah.
But he played under the same defensive coordinator.
Right. Right. He was a rookie.
Right.
Night Mad Big Game Exporter Vita Vea today. Vita Vea needs a new deal, which is why he's asking to be traded.
Traded, right.
How much is he gonna make after that new deal?
Right.
That's what you need to ask yourself. All right.
And I'm sorry, that's not a flex. Roquan has not lived up to that contract. That's not a flex. They say he's
Right.
making more. Yeah.
Right. Right. You people, I'm offended.
What do you mean, you people?
Right. So all right, defense. Defense had a good day yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Kyle Hamilton, I heard his name come up. Um, uh, uh well, Miles' name came up a couple of times. A little mixed bag. A little mixed bag. Um, he got beat a couple of times, made plays, called for pass interference. A little bit of everything. Malachi Starks, he had a good play on Andrews. Jar the ball loose. Let me tell you something about Mark Andrews, man. Mark Andrews always be catching the ball like he doesn't know that the other team can hit him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He catches the ball, and then when he gets hit, he's like, I didn't know you're gonna hit me. Well, I'm not gonna catch it then. Right? Like you've been playing for too long, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This your ninth year in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on to the ball. Prepare for that. I don't know, but yes, I'm happy to see that the defense was getting after it. We'll see. We're spending all this money on defense. We keep talking about, even in this chat, defense today. That I need to see dominant performances from them. I need to see you frustrate the offense. Lamar got to a bad start, but is that he kind of got together towards the end. But all in all, wasn't a good passing day, and it shouldn't be. It should be tough. They shouldn't start playing well on offense for a few more practices.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is supposed to be a defensive minded team. It's supposed to be a defensive center team. Then they need to steal the show. If we're going to be the defense that we used to have, I never heard of a practice where Kyle Bowler went off on defense.
Facts.
I never heard of practice when Steve McNair went off on the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Flacco. I never heard of practice where Joe Flacco was lighting up the defense. Never heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they're supposed to do that, guys.
And I'm not. I know it doesn't look good, and especially the nerve they try to spend. Oh, Lamar went 0 for 5, but a couple of those were pass interferences, so first
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he was trying to, instead of taking the check downs, he was trying to go deep. Like he was trying to make a play deep. So let's not look too far into it. Then after that, he went 6 for 14. Some of them drops, some of them bad passes. Like it happens. Like he's not going to be perfect every practice, every game. But the defense should be further along than the offense, and this is expected, especially if we want them to do what we expect them to do with all the additions, with the coaches. I expect them to dominate and make it hard. I want them to make it as hard on this offense as possible. I want them to give them playoff type pressure in the preseason so that when the season starts, they're ready for anything. When the postseason comes, it's really familiar to them. So yeah, like give it to them. Pause.
Kobe says people forgot we just got Calais, who is old but is still producing. Facts.
Yeah.
And another 100 million defensive player for the D line, while we're asking Lamar to turn water into wine on offense. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. That's why I asked that question. Should we trade for Vita Vea, just to see who would say yes? And Samuel Banks said he warned y'all, don't fall for the trap. Don't answer that question. It's a trap. All right.
Yeah.
See, you go to name calling, Meat Mansion. You go to the Fart Andrews.
It's not us. It's
Like
not us.
that's it's not us. It's not us saying it. Yeah, like Oh, but Ed Reed, but Ray, Ed, and them never seen nothing like Lamar in the NFL. Michael Vick and Kurt Warner combined. Um, True, but no, no, the league hasn't seen anything like Lamar Jackson.
Mhm,
But that's kind of proving our point, world class. That's proving our point.
mhm.
Stop investing on that side of the ball where your talent is on offense.
Right.
You're saying it yourself. We have a generational talent here. We have a generational talent, but you keep saying, don't give him weapons, don't give him protection. What sense does that make?
Right.
What sense does that make? Right? You're trying to if you're trying to replicate that defense that we had, which you can't,
Mhm.
because you know, like we'll never see that again either.
Ever.
You know that accumulation of talent is very rare to come by. So if you're trying to replicate that and you're spending all the money there, there needs to be some expectation.
Right.
If you're gonna say, "Oh, well, we're getting all this, but we still expect Lamar to go out there and cook," then you're doing it all wrong.
Mhm.
Kobe's right. We're spending all this money over there,
Right.
and we still can't sign Diggs.
Right.
Like we
Weren't even interested.
not even interested. Let's go and get Chris Moore. Yeah,
Can't make it up.
Nitro, what's good? Shout out to the Wonderkin Show. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. Let's see. We should never kept Mark Andrews. I believe if EDC knew that Harbaugh was getting fired, I don't believe Mark Andrews gets signed.
Even to that point, not knowing. To me, it's not an excuse because Mark Andrews didn't have the type of season to where we got to sign you now. He wasn't on that trajectory of he's gonna price himself out of Baltimore. It could have waited to the offseason. So that's on
Yeah.
EDC for jumping the gun and re-signing the player because he expected John Harbaugh to be back and he wanted to bring back John Harbaugh's boys. And this is why a lot of times we say he needs to be his own man. You didn't sign Mark Andrews off the strength of I think he's making his team better. You signed him off the strength of my neighbor needs him and that's one of his guys. So I'm bringing back one of his guys and it bit us in the ass. Now likely he's gone to New York on a deal that is similar to what Mark Andrews got. When a lot of people thought that he priced himself out of Baltimore, he didn't. We just jumped the gun. Now we got Mark Andrews and hoping and praying he can in year 9 get his first touchdown in the postseason. Like that's crazy to me. Year 9 playing with Lamar Jackson. We're saying, oh, can you show out in the playoffs at least one time? Just once.
Yeah. Yeah. Imani says they signed someone right after Hakeem retired at least. Yeah, who was that guy they signed?
Lamb, ham,
Something Lamb.
spam, jam. I don't know. Some dude from the Dolphins. And
Some
I
guy.
no disrespect to him. No disrespect to him, but he might come in
Yeah.
here and see this offensive line and be like, John Simpson, I'm retiring too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not contradiction to what y'all saying. Oh, okay, you're just
We know.
saying. Yeah.
We know work
Yeah.
class. Work class, do you have siblings? I just need to know. Because if you do, you're the oldest one and you like just starting stuff. I can tell. Just like starting stuff.
And not getting the defense together has cost us Super Bowls while still being cheap on offense, which is crazy. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
perplexing part. That's the perplexing part to me. I know y'all love telling me I ain't the GM and you're glad I'm not the GM, but I know well enough that after maybe year 5 of building the team a certain way and us not getting closer, actually getting further away, I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I'm gonna invest in my one of a kind generational quarterback. I'm not gonna invest in building around a safety. I'm gonna invest in the quarterback, give him weapons, give him protection. That's what I'm gonna do as a GM. And we still to this day, this offseason, went out here and tried to trade for Max Crosby. We signed Trey Hendrickson and said, John Simpson, you're enough.
Yeah. I'm a middle child on my daddy's side, but my mama's oldest, so I'm both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Explains a lot. And it's always the middle
Yeah.
child that causes the most trouble. Always.
Right, trade for Jettas or something. Facts.
Do something.
Kobe, thank you for the super chat. Says everyone keeps saying Lamar needs to be a pocket passer. then give him pocket passer weapons. Facts. They still act like Roman is still running the Wildcat, but yeah, that's a fact, right? Uh, he's not good in the pocket. He needs to stay in the pocket. All right, but if he stands in the pocket and gets blown up, then you want to say, well, move your feet.
Right.
He should be able to avoid those sacks with his feet. You know,
But
it's a different standard.
it is, and it's amazing to me. We're still having these conversations about him being a pocket passer, but year in and year out, he's top three in the league in passing from the pocket. He's the number one quarterback against the blitz in the pocket. But we're still talking about him being a pocket. He doesn't have to be a pocket passer, but he's number one. He's the all-time rushing leader at quarterback, but is number one when it comes to passing from the pocket, tied for the best overall passer rating in NFL history. All the great quarterbacks we've ever had in 105 years in NFL, he's tied for number one, but we're still talking about him passing from the pocket, him being a thrower of the football. But last season, it was about him not running enough. Oh, we've seen Lamar make some miraculous plays from the pocket, but we're not seeing him run enough. So this is how we know the narrative is always going to flip to meet the needs of what these guys are pushing out there in the media. And that's why I'm glad Lamar just don't give a damn about it. And hopefully this season, now that we have a new head coach, a new offensive coordinator, they're going to accentuate the things that he does well. And the Ravens are going to go out here and win a Super Bowl. And we're going to put an end to it. I know they're going to move the goalposts, but what you can never take away from him is Super Bowl champion, possibly Super Bowl MVP. You can say whatever you want after that fact. But once we get this title, the debate's dead to me.
Facts. We're gonna leave it right there, man. We've been streaming for almost an hour. Y'all got me yesterday. Not today. Not today. I need to get to work. Why they signed these players only to have to cut down to a 53 roster. I mean, that's what they do. Yeah. But I think they should change that rule. Like you sign your players and you can have an active roster, but everybody can, you can stay on the team. Like keep the players that you sign. You know what I'm saying?
Especially
It's a rule that yeah. You added more games. Just have a extended roster. There's no like the rules. These aren't laws, right? These are just rules that they made up. And they're all designed to keep player salary down, not have to pay as many players. So, all right, y'all. That's the show. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll have some more camp updates and more Ian Rappaport misinformation, Ian Rappaport type misinformation out there. Obviously don't fall for that nonsense, but we'll see what happens later today.
Yeah, maybe Adam Schefter has something stupid to say.
Yeah. Oh, patreon.com/ROUG. Okay. That's where you can find the extra content on his side. Patreon.com/LBHTShow. That's where you can find the overtime show tomorrow night after the main show. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. LBHTShow.com. The Pick'em League is up. Sign up. No excuses. I don't want to hear you say, oh, I called this game or I knew this was going to happen. If you did not sign up for the free league and challenge us, I don't want to hear from you. Okay? All right? World class. Well, I think World Class signed up. I think he signed up.
No, I don't want to. Man, I was working and I missed a week and I didn't get to make my picks.
Don't matter.
I want to hear none of that, bro.
It don't matter. Even if you miss picks, like, listen, there's all kinds of achievements. You don't have to be number one to get some achievements in this league. There's all kinds of achievements. We'll see how active you are. We'll see how active you are this year. All right. And every week we're gonna go over the picks. Every week we'll make the picks on air. So you forget you're watching the show. We're gonna make the picks. All right. We'll go over the results and everything. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. How I catch a stray.
Because you're one of our favorites.
Yes. Yeah. Media would have been run EDC out of town if it was the Bills GM and Josh Allen went into the season without wide receiver core in 2022. Facts.
I mean, they didn't do it with the GM, but they scapegoated the head coach with the wide receiver core they already have.
You play to win the game. That's a fact.
That's right, Hearn.
All right, y'all. We are out of here. Y'all have a great day, Coach. Enjoy your first day back to work, man.
Indeed,
Uh,
indeed.
good luck to you.
Learn them kids.
All right, y'all. Peace.